G'day Prime Models, David Cooley here today with a Pilates mat workout using bands. Now today I've got a heavier band, that's the black TheraBand, and then a blue band as well. It's the next step down. So if you've got two types of bands, awesome, that's great. You can interchange as you need to. If you don't, then just do the best you can with what you've got. If you have no bands at all, you can still substitute with dumbbells or with tins. Many of the exercises are transferable that way. We're going to go ahead and get started setting the breath in a standing position. So I'm going to leave the bands on the floor. I'll come back to my mat. Stretching the mat between my feet, I feel my insteps rise and I start to pull the belly in and up. So the powerhouse is switched on. I'm just going to sit with that, stand with that for a little bit, just to feel the breath coming in wide. You know, that kind of Pilates lateral thoracic breath, kind of steam-driven breath. It sounds very mechanical, doesn't it? And inhale up. As I exhale, I'm going to do an easy roll down, letting my neck round. Then I'm going to take my hands to my thighs to more easily escort myself down as I soften the knees. The butt will push behind the heels because I'm going into one of these easy roll downs. All the way down. Rolling up, pushing into the toes, the balls of the feet, the heels, scooping in almost like I've got my abdominals lassoed and the lasso's pulling me up to the ceiling. Strong front of neck muscles, neck flexors, lift the chin. One more time, breathe in. Exhale. I'm not even going to lift my arms up this time. I'm going to let my fingers do the walking. I want to bring them all the way down. Bit by bit, drip by drip, all the way to the mat. Bend your knees a little extra so you can bring your hands to the floor. Come down into a kneeling position with me. Grab your lighter of the two bands and hold in front for some rotator cuff work. So elbows are going to sit just pretty naturally here, and we're going to stretch the band, keeping our shoulder blades still. So I start with the band quite loose, right? Kind of a lazy smile shape to the band, and then I start to pull against and rotate up, and that's it. And then I slide in. I'm going to do that one more time. You see at the start, because the band is quite loose, I have some natural motion before the resistance kicks in. And I'm trying to avoid pulling my shoulder blades together. That would look like this. I pull the shoulder blades. You can see like the heads of my shoulders moving back. I want to keep those broad so that I'm not using those muscles that move the shoulder blades. I'm using the ones that rotate the upper arm bone, the humerus. And last one. And all the way in. I'm going to take that same band, take my hands quite wide on that. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to take the band behind me, all the way down, just moving through my shoulders. Have you kept the powerhouse still on? Is the belly still pulled in and up? Is the breath still wide? We'll do those little temperature checks. In fact, I should probably just call it that and save you and I some extra words. Just a temperature check. Last one. And over. Now I'm going to take the bands and put them just like aside. I'm going to lie on my back. Bring the feet to the floor. I'm going to shake my head side to side, just a little rock, rock. Just 2 times. Oh, maybe 3. It feels so nice. And back. And then eyes to the ceiling. Then some head slides on the mat, so my head will always stay on the mat. I'm just using these deep neck flexors. So inhale, exhale. It's kind of like creating a little double chin. And you can start getting expansive with it. You can slide the head, which is hyperextending the neck, and then really flex it. It should feel about, 30% of what you would normally do in terms of work. It's really just a muscle activation exercise. One more time. Nice. Then leaving hands at the sides, I take a breath in. As I exhale, I start to reach hands down and curl up. Now, I'm just lifting shoulder blades. My belly is still pulled in and up. My lower back feels natural here. I'm not pushing it into the mat. I'm just going to slide the ribs down to the hips, trying to maintain a feeling of lumbar neutrality, a feeling of it. Nobody's here to tell me if I'm actually doing it. Now I'm going to start going further into that ab prep. So I inhale, Exhale, I'm sliding ribs towards hips, but then down to the mat, so my lower back will touch the ground. And I slide back. You can probably hear that little kind of shake in my voice. I know that when I get the shakes right on from the first rep, that I am focusing on the abdominals rather than doing a crunch, which really uses a lot more of my legs, maybe momentum, and the floor as leverage. I want to avoid pushing into the floor for leverage right now. I'm going to lift the hands and come up, hold. Let's have an easy 100 soul breath in, and then 5 and 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. All the way down. Ooh, a little practice 100, getting everything nice and warmed up. Bring knees to chest. I'm going to do the head shake again. Oh, it felt really nice. And then lifting the head and rolling up to seated. Let's get into the band portion of our work. So I'm grabbing the heavier of the two bands, and I'm going into a rowing series. Check to see that I have enough room. I might slide the mat a little bit more this way. So we're going to go sweep to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. We'll do 10, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to hold it here and pulse back. 10, 9, 8. Are you still lifting up? A little temperature check there. 3, 2, 1. Hold, lift high, T-shape. Ahead, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold there for those pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, burning, and all the way in. Bicep curls. So I'm just going to leave thumbs up and elbows low. Active recovery here, yeah? Hold it. Now, tempting to sink back for these, but that's not what we're doing. We're going to lift up high on the sit bones. So much for recovery. Biceps are definitely heating up. Let's do one more. All right, and then into rowing. Close grip. Slide the shoulder blades back and forth. Now we're going to go into more circular work. So we've done well so far. We've got all those muscles definitely working. You feel the mid-back, I got stuff in the back of the shoulders, biceps, even triceps. And I'm going to just do a quick temperature check, hold the belly in, then I'm going back into the breaststroke. So I extend the arms ahead and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it, lift it to T for 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then I'm going circles, so T, down, ahead, and then just reversing the circle. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, burning, 4. And 5 and 5. And then back to bicep curls. This time I'm going to take the grip differently, taking the band through the thumb and index, kind of the pincer part of the hand, and lifting my elbows to shoulder height. I lean forward a bit. Bicep curls preacher style, so keep the elbows at shoulder height. Curl in, reach out. Whew. Whew. 2 and 1. Then I'm going to hold here around my spine, so this is far from just sinking down. I pull the belly in, so I think you can hear that tension in my voice, and I'm going to go into a close grip row. A little recovery for the front of my shoulders there after holding my elbows up, but not a full recovery. I'm going to start getting a bit wider with it. So I take the elbows out a bit wider, keeping my flexed spine, keeping that belly really tightly pulled in. 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way up. Bring your fist to the center of your chest. We're going to hit the waist. Lean back. lift up. Now if you want to pull back more, you can walk your hands closer to your feet. That will make the resistance tougher to resist on the way down, but it gives you an assist on the way up. So I'm going to keep my waist pulled in nice and tight. I'll stay at the heavier resistance for a while. And last one. Then I'm going to go to a lighter resistance, which means I have to work more. So take my hands all the way to the end of the band. Hold, lean back, holding straight back. Keep lifting your chest. We can get through this pleasurably together. And I lift up all the way, taking the crown to the ceiling. I feel my spine getting longer as I come up. It is my wish to one day get a little taller. It may not happen, but we're going to see if we can make a feeling of height happen here. And as I lift up, I feel like I'm getting closer to the ceiling every time I'm up on my sit-bones. Make sure you have that feeling of corsetry here. So that temperature check, pull in, check the breath, check the abdominals. And one more here. And all the way up. Then I'm going in through flex spine, so I pull in, and I'm going to leave it to lighter resistance for now. Pull in. Exhale. Remember, I'm leading this by pulling in first, and it helps me to roll onto, well, from my sit bones onto the kind of apples of my butt cheeks. And last one, I'm going to stay here. And I'm going to start my rowing again. So I've got my flex spine. I'm pulling in really tight. So this is not pulled in. That's pulled in. I want to pull the ribs in, pull the abs up underneath those ribs. Everything's tightly packaged. And then I reach the arms. Pointing your toes and you just to make sure. We go up into a V-shaped row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to take the hands a little bit lower. It'll make the resistance tougher. I go 5, 4, and 2, and 1. Bring it in all the way, and slowly lift yourself up all the way. Take the band off, bring it around your back, and hold it where the band is just beneath your armpits, kind of where nipple height would be, or that mid-chest height. And then I'm going to flex my feet for this one, take the junk out of the trunk, just so I'm sitting up a little more tall, and then I squeeze, squeeze. So, for those of us who do lots of push-ups, this band press is not the toughest thing in the world, but maybe that's not the point for it. So I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to start pressing up and reaching into spine stretch. So I've got to keep tension on the band, tension on my abdominals so I don't just sink, and the band should move very little, so breath in to prepare. As you exhale, make sure the toes pull back even more. The heels might even lift as you reach and pull back. Reach and pull back. I used to think that spine stretch forward was such kind of a bludge exercise. It's like what you're just folding forward. But it's anything more than that. You squeeze the chest, keeping a length to your spine as you round it. Length to the spine as you round it. I've got 2 more, and last one. I'm coming back all the way. I'm going to take the band off, slide forward, and bring the band underneath my feet. Now this time, I might actually use the lighter band. I want less help from the band this time. So I bring the band under my feet, feet and hip width. I'm going to hold the band through the pincer hand again. So that's between thumb and index finger roughly. Lift yourself all the way up. Let's do a few roll downs. With the band barely helping you at all, start to pull in, roll down. Let the arms just go long. Then without using your arms, scoop and lift all the way up. Pull in, exhale, flex the spine. Maintain the length in the spine. It's just rounding. Inhale to lift it all the way up. Pull in again. Inhale, hold, and exhale, come all the way back down. I'm going to slide my heels towards me, and I lift my feet up. So right now, I am in a neutral spine, or a natural spine. My lower back is not pressed to the mat. I take a big breath in, and as I exhale, I cinch the waist a bit more. Now, elbows are on the floor. I'm trying to just lightly hold the band. As I inhale, I push out against the band. Inhale. And as I exhale, I pull in. I'm keeping my lower back off the floor for now. So I want to feel that my abs are working. Probably just heard that they're working just then. Last two, I need to relax my shoulders a bit. Do my little temperature check on my powerhouse. Last one. And I'm bringing heels to the floor, straightening the arms. Take a breath in. Exhale, I'm curling up. I'm trying not to use the band. So exhale to curl, 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 curl. Scoop, scoop. Lowest part of your belly. Can you do it? Did you do it? We did it. All the way up. Let's have a tiny bit of rest. Take the band, bring it behind you. I'm going to just cross my legs, come out of that straight leg position for a while. For an easy spine twist, so arms nice and long, relax the shoulders. Take a breath in to feel tall. If you can, take your hands even wider so that they're out of your peripheral vision. On your exhale, twisting to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And center, right. Last two. Last ones. And back to the center. Bring the band in. Take it off from around you and then come onto all fours. Come onto all fours. Let's have the bands close, but let's warm up our back a little bit and warm up the chest a tiny bit more. So middle fingers are running parallel and the hands are really spread here. The fingers splayed, elbows point back. Let's do a couple of scapular push-ups here. So sink the chest and lift the chest. Now all you're doing is moving your ribs down and up. The elbows should stay straight. Last two. And last one. All right, staying in your 4-point kneel, let's bring the band. Use whichever band you like. I'm sticking with that blue one. Bring it down wide across the mat and hands on top. So we're going to start off with right hand holding the band. Bring it by your side. Settle your hand into the ground. In fact, press the heel of the hand, press every one of your fingerprints into the ground, and then flatten the back, including the neck. It's going to be tempting to round the back here or to throw the head back. We want to keep everything nice and flat. Very much a table-shaped back. Elbow by the ribs. Inhale, exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale. And now I'm going to use opposite leg as well. So left leg, right arm, kick. I want to keep my abs in and up. Keep that feeling of a table-shaped back. Might need to flatten out my neck a bit more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it down, change over. So find that table shape one more time. Arm only, left side, by the ribs for the kickback. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then opposite leg coming along for the ride. And 6, 7, 8, last 2, last 1. Coming up for thigh stretch, let's get off the hands for a bit. I'm going to use my light band here as well and reach ahead. Tuck the butt under, cinch the waist, and just an easy thigh stretch with a bit of a band stretch. So I come back and I'm stretching my band, and then I lift up. So I get some extra back work here. Now we've got 10 of these. This is 3 of the first set of 5. And for a thigh stretch, I think you might have guessed by now. Thigh stretch, one of my favorites. The Matrix. 5 more, but I'm going to change it to more of a lat pull down. So reach arms overhead And as I come back into the thigh stretch, I lower into that T shape. So I go 1. I'm going to squeeze the button, corset the belly. 2. Happy it's only 5. 3. 4 and 5. Temperature check. Waist tight. Last one. And up. Bring that back down. Take the band around your back. I can't do a Pilates workout without some push-ups. But how do we work the band into push-ups? Well, this is how. You're going to take the band around your shoulder blades. If it moves down or it moves up, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Take the band again between that pincer side of the hand and bring your hands to your mat. Knees or toes, we've got our tricep push-ups, so hands a little closer. Basically, when you set up for your tricep push-ups, you want to have the space between your 2 hands for a 3rd hand. That's a pretty good guide. So I'm going to push my hips forward into my plank. I'm going to do my tricep push-up. Down, resist against the band. And I'm going to come up to toes. And let's go for some more. 4. 5. Might lift up a leg. 6. Alternating legs. 7. 8. 9 of 12. Said 12, can't go back now. 2 and 1. And then knees down, press back. I'm going to take the band off and let my arms go ahead. Relax the head down, maybe even rock it side to side. Coming into some lying work for glutes with your band. So first things first, come on up. Take the band by the middle. Tie it underneath your triceps, underneath. Just one little knot will do. All right, so then you've got this little loop. It does need to be tighter for most of us, so tighten it up. And then when you double knot it, just remember that you're gonna have to untie it, so be kind to yourself there and tie a nice double knot that you can figure out later. I'm gonna take the bands and I'm putting them around my knees. All right. So the band has rolled up, it wrinkled itself up a bit, but that shouldn't make too much difference. It might not be so comfortable, but it should be all right. Okay. So now I have the knot facing you. I'm going to lie on my side, completely sideline. So I've got the arm outstretched, and I want to set it up for success here. My waist needs to be off the floor, so that's taking this top hip and pushing my sit bone towards my heel. And you can see I've got that little space here, so I'm not pushing into my ribs. All I've done is move this hip down a little bit, and that's all there is. We're coming into clams first, so let's have feet on the floor for clams. Knees ahead, got my waist, got my scoop, I've done my temperature check, and now I'm going to exhale, lifting the top leg, rotating from the hip. My feet stay together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now clamshells in a more of a mermaid style with the feet up. We have 10 here also. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then I'm going to bring knees and feet to the floor, a little bit of a rest, and then top leg is going to do some circles. So all I do is I bring my shins forward a bit more, keep your waist active, keep it lifted, and then I lift this leg. So the bottom leg's going to stay on the ground. I push into it actually, and I can get some work through the lower butt cheek. And then I start circling the leg towards my face, and then away. I'm leaving my knee bent. I feel like I get more hamstrings when I do this. Also, it's just one of the limitations of this band right now. So you can tell I'm circling ahead, up, back and around. I can already not wait to get to the other side. These exercises never get that much easier for me. They're always burn. Doing one more, then I'm going to retrace the circle. So it goes away, up and ahead. 2, 3. The last time felt like 10. I didn't count, but it felt like 10. I'm going to go with that. 2, and 1. For a blue band that's not meant to be that heavy, that is heavy. I'm going to swap sides. So we'll start off. Nice long waist, hips stacked, knees opening for that clamshell. So my feet are slightly behind the fold of my knees. And I've got my waist on and I lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The second side is always harder because the first side is still burning. Let's go into the mermaid ones. So waist, do that check, do the temperature check, and we lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, I'll close my eyes and go to my happy place. 6, 5, 4, it's a Pilates place. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Slide the shins forward a little bit more so you've got this really, definitely a sharp 90-degree bend from torso to thighs. And we are doing those leg circles, so we lift. We're circling forward, up, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, still got your temperature check running, yeah? 10, go the other way. That's a way up. 2, 3, sorry, I'm laughing because, oh, the burn. 6, 7, biscuits are burning. 8, 9, and 10. Oh, come onto your back. One last bit with the glutes. So take the feet wider than your hips. You can go mat width or even wider if you want. And then we're going to roll up into our bridge. We want to keep the knees pressing out the whole time as we roll into the bridge. And we're just going to roll down. So there's 2 ways to get into bridge. One is articulation. That's what we're doing now. The other is just hip extension, using kind of this connection of the back of your shoulders and the mat as a hinge of sorts. So I've got one more roll up. Then I'm going to roll down, and then I go into the bilateral hip extension. So I'm going to lift my hands up, a little bit of extra challenge, and I'm lifting up without rolling. I press the band really wide. I'm pushing into the outside edges of my feet, and I lift up. 10, 9, 8, can feel it already. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll down. Bring the heels in a little bit closer to the midline of your body, and we're going to roll up. Then we have hip extensions. So I'm going to extend the leg closest to you. Keep that stretch on the band. So I take my leg just outside a little bit, tap the butt, and I'm lifting it and my heel up as well. So I go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, trying to keep my thighs together. 4, 3, 2, and 1, lift it up and kick 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, foot to floor. You get to roll down, we get to roll down. Good job. Now let's go up for the other side. So mentally prepare it, then roll it. We have stretch after this. It's going to feel so, so good. All the way up, and then extending the back leg. We have the hip extensions down. Don't forget to lift your heel too for the calf raise. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep stretching the band just a little bit. 5, 4, 3, squirming. 2, and 1. Then 5 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend, come all the way down. Not easy, especially talking through it, not easy. Hands by the sides, take a breath in. Exhale, curl. Inhale, come down. Active recovery, our stretch is coming up. But one final hit of 100, yeah? Up, hold it. Back is flat, belly is in. So do your temperature check. And then legs up, down, long, whatever. Stretch the band as you do it. So that could be knees, that could be legs out wide. We go into the 100, full 100 here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, legs shaking, abs shaking. Enjoy this time on the floor. Turn the palms up and just shake your head side to side. You're probably already doing it. You probably didn't need me to even say that. Then bring knees into chest. Lift your head. Roll up. Take the band off. And let's untie it. Hopefully I tied a knot that I can untie. Yeah. Wonderful. I'm going to do a couple of stretches. First of all, without the band, then we'll move into some band stretches. So first things first, gotta stretch the butt. We're just using all those glutes, the external rotators. So take your left leg out and bring your right leg across. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, twist. One more breath in and out. And then undo and redo. So we're to the other side. Inhale. Exhale for the twist. One more breath. And undo. Now I'm going to use the same band. I'm going to lie down on my back again. That's always good news. I'm taking the band around one leg. You can use whichever leg you like. Extending the other leg. And then I use the band as a little assist to stretch through. Nice. Now we are still doing Pilates, so keep the abs pulled in and up. So you have the powerhouse kind of just humming away. It's not full voltage powerhouse, and it's not switched off. It's kind of gently humming against the rest of the work that we do. And then keeping both shoulder blades on the floor and both butt cheeks on the floor. Reach the opposite arm away for counter pose, or counter balance, and then take the leg off to the side. Now go as low as you like. Just remember that both shoulders and both bums on the floor. You can play with pulling on the band to create more stretch. Pushing into the band with your foot also gives you more stretch. One more breath in. Now as we exhale, I do want you to try to push your foot into the band. You'll feel the band stretch. Even look. And as you push into it, your inner thighs will activate so that as you lift your foot, it's this that's lifting it rather than the arm. Just let the arm come along for the ride as you pull in using your inner thighs. And come up to the top, swap hands, keep the band around the same foot, and reach the arm to the side. So I'm going to take my foot across. I'm going to leave my butt down, and I'm going to let my foot kind of go a little floppy here. And I've got this lovely stretch that goes through the outside of my ankle and creeps up a little bit on the outside of my leg. Then I'm going to go a little further with it. So I'll let my butt come up, one stacked fist high. Up, there we go. And just have that version of my semi-twist, my abductor stretch. That stretch coming through. It's slight, and then it's there. We're going to lift the foot the same way we did for the adductor, for the inner thigh stretch. Look at it. Make it come alive. Push into the band and feel these muscles engage to bring it all the way. Arms just along for the ride, all the way back up. Change sides. Hamstring stretch first. I love this part of a Pilates class when you just get to stretch and reward yourself for a job well done. Going into the adductor stretch, I'm going to slide a little bit closer to you, and you probably already have enough room, so I reach out. What had to stay on the floor? Shoulder blades, butt cheeks, as much as you can. And pushing up. Remember, we are lifting through the inner thighs. The arms should just come along for the ride. And to the other side. So first, just a little bit. Let the foot go a little floppy. And then going that one stacked fist of butt lift. And let the, I'm definitely feeling this abductor stretch more on this side. Right at where the, where the thigh joins into the hip, that's where you want to feel it. One more breath in and out. And then activate your abductors to lift up. Push, lift, come up nice and high. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, and roll up to seated. Let's have a few shoulder rolls. So gently, 3, 2, and 1, other way, 3, 2, and 1, and head easily over just towards the left. Gently let your fingers be the tiniest bit of pressure as you take it to one side. The other side. And coming back. Everyone, thank you so much for training with me today. Thank you for joining in on this Pilates mat workout using your band. You should still feel work, especially in the butt and the back. Look forward to more Pilates workouts with me. We'll be going through different props, and we'll also do stuff without props. I don't think there's too much else to say except we stay strong together. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time on the mat. Bye for now.